flight number 2. Times are changing by a length and a half to Calypso's Chance, stretching on by 4 to Shabby Hill. Centre Saucebeard, and 5th of the 5 is Astley. Meeting up with flight number 2. Times are changing into it from Calypso's Chance, and then Shabby Hill, Centre Saucebeard and Astley. Order unchanged, going towards the 3rd, the flight at the end of the back straight. Times are changing, and Philip Donovan lead. Calypso's Chance, Josh Williamson, and Shabby Hill, Philip Burns. Landing in the disputing 3rd with Centre Saucebeard and Jack Kennedy, and finally Astley and Alex Harvey. Heading off the back straight, the next will be the 4th. Times are changing, has built up an advantage of 4 lengths over Calypso's Chance, followed by stable companion Centre Saucebeard, now a definite 3rd, moving on from Shabby Hill, and the back marker is Astley. In single file, having jumped 4 flights, times are changing on the level. Clawed back again by Calypso's Chance, then Centre Saucebeard, Shabby Hill and Astley as the quintet reach their final 2 miles. Times are changing, Calypso's Chance, Centre Saucebeard, Shabby Hill and Astley. That's the order as they straighten for the 2 flights in the home straight. Times are changing, Calypso's Chance, Centre Saucebeard followed by Shabby Hill, and finally Astley. In between the 2 flights in the straight, the EBF Novus Hurdle. Times are changing, tracked all the while by Calypso's Chance and Centre Saucebeard, a few lengths to the final couple, Shabby Hill and Astley. Approaching the flight, that'll be the last one next time. Times are changing, pops it in a lead of over 2 lengths. Calypso's Chance, followed by Centre Saucebeard and then Shabby Hill and Astley is the 5. Come past the judge with the circuit to go. The leader is Times are changing. The winner here, the run before last, showing 2.5 in front of Calypso's Chance, and then Centre Saucebeard, Shabby Hill. Still taking it all in at the rear of the field is Astley. Having passed the halfway stage, times are changing. Jumping the flight along the side, a little off to the right, hem back in ahead of Calypso's Chance, and then Centre Saucebeard, Shabby Hill and Astley as they complete a circuit, turning down the far side. To jump another 6. Times are changing. As of yet to be headed. Leads by 2 to Calypso's Chance. 3rd is Centre Saucebeard, 4 to 5 lengths to Shabby Hill. And then Astley. Over the first of 3 in the back straight. Fiddly in 3rd was Centre Saucebeard. Times are changing. Leads by over 2 lengths to Calypso's Chance. And then Centre Saucebeard, Shabby Hill and Astley. Nicely spaced out. Jumping the flight less than a mile from the finish. Times are changing. Philip Donovan over. From Calypso's Chance, Josh Williamson. In 3rd is Centre Saucebeard and Jack Kennedy. And then Shabby Hill, Philip Burns. 5 is Astley and Alex Harvey. 1 more to jump in the back straight. This is 4 from the finish. Times are changing. Calypso's Chance wrapped it, but survived the error. And then Centre Saucebeard, Shabby Hill and Astley, they turn out of the back straight. 3 flights left to jump. Times are changing. Calypso's Chance back within a length and a half to Centre Saucebeard and then Shabby Hill and Astley. The flight homeward bound 3 from the finish. Times are changing. Calypso's Chance, a length and a half between 1 and 2. In 3rd is Centre Saucebeard and Shabby Hill. And now 5 lengths to Astley, pushed along at the tail end of them as they swing in. Inside the final half mile. 2 flights remaining. The EBF Novice Hurdle. Times that are changing. Still puts in a good shift. Calypso's Chance joined for second by stable companion Santa Spear, and edging that a little bit closer, albeit nudged along to do so, Shabby Hill. This is the second last flight. Times that are changing with Calypso's Chance and Santa Spear now shaken up in third, followed by Shabby Hill, leaving behind Astley. Coming down inside the final 2.5 furlongs. One more flight left to jump. Times that are changing. Is pestered on the inside by Calypso's Chance. Opening up from Shabby Hill, who moves after them in third. Santa Spear can't give any more. Coming to the final flight, and it's Calypso's Chance joining issue with Times that are changing. 200 yards to go. Shabby Hill is in third, over 3 lengths off them, and Times that are changing is dogged with Shabby Hill coming over the top of them on the outside. They're going to the line. Shabby Hill is nailed. Times that are changing. Calypso's Chance third.